This is a check, check, mic check. Test, test, 1, 3, 5. We're about to go live. Okay. Alright. I'm here. Cheers, though. Hope everybody can hear me okay. It is cramped AF up in here right now. I'm trying to get this going. We're actually streaming on YouTube and Twitch because I'm curious to know how many people will tune into both. And they each have their own features. So right now, if you're watching on Twitch, we have the YouTube comment viewer on the right side of the picture. So, yeah. I thought that was cool. I was kind of assuming that I might do this more on YouTube, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So if you like this content, please make sure to follow us on either of these and let us know which one you want. All right, DIY Nerd said coming in clear on Twitch. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Just person. Eventually I will have a face cam, but this will work for now. Let's see if I do this. Okay. So, trying to figure out. Camera setup is not perfect right now, but we'll find out here in a second. So, let's see. I actually wanted to do something else with these guys, but what I want to do. You know what? Maybe I'll work on these other guys. I need to do an undershade with my airbrush, but that's going to be really, really loud. So, maybe I can't do that. I might move over there. We'll see. There's stuff I can paint. I got some guys I can pull out. It's going to be loud for a second. And I had some peanut butter, and now I'm burping a lot because I had some fizzy water. Okay, I'm going to start with these guys. These are the little guys that I bought from Metal King Studios, which makes Relic Blade. And I got them as Murlocs, and they're really cool. I like them a lot. So, probably can't see them too well. I do need to get this over here. If y'all think the camera's kind of weird, let me know, because I did the best to make it see, like, coming in, do the best to, like, anticipate where I'm going to be painting, so let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm Awesome Rounds for those who don't know, and I am part of the Inner Gamer podcast. We have a podcast that releases every Tuesday on your favorite podcast app, and you might have guessed it's about video games. So we like video games. We try to cover a lot of things. Coming out tomorrow on your favorite podcast app, we have Game of the Year, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. It's going to be freaking amazing. We cover 15 different categories, and there's 3 of us on the cast for this. Jason from Skip Rent Buy is on it, and it was awesome to have him there. He's a lot of fun, and we just cover our picks for the 15 categories, and of course, last but not least, would be the GOTY. So we are super pumped about it. We have a lot of fun. Sadly, I couldn't be there in person, but you know, this coming year, we plan on doing a lot of in-person things because obviously what happened last year, Brett and I decided to record from home, which presented some problems, which wasn't that bad, and we made it through. Made it through okay. That's really all that matters. Anyway, here we go. Make sure to catch my last stream where I painted up these guys. This is actually the completed process, so spoiler for the other video. I have to do an undershade of this using an airbrush, and I don't know if I'm going to do it here or not. I'd like to, because I like to get them done, but I kind of set up for this whole thing, and that's what we're going to go for right now. We'll see what happens later. Also, I have some chill-ass music in the background. Believe it or not, it's from Animal Crossing, which I did not play, and it's just chill lo-fi music, and I'm digging it a lot. And since some of you might not have been there for the last one, I got into mini painting in like 2018, I believe, and it was a lot of fun. The reason I did it was because we were playing DnD back in the day, back then with Devin, and he talked about painting up some minis that he bought for us so we could have some physical things on the table. Also, shout out to DIY Nerd for subscribing with Prime on our Twitch. Thanks, man. That's freaking awesome. Or ma'am. I'm sorry. I just say man for everything, so I guess everyone get used to it. Yeah, so we started off doing that, and he never got around to painting them, sadly, because of his busy schedule, and then we ended up not breaking away from the campaign and not going back to it, which was really sad. And then I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna paint. But I just waited. I waited some more, because I was like, I know if I jump into this, from all the people I'm watching online like paint minis, it's just a whole craziness in its own right, and I didn't know if I wanted to get into that or not. Let me fix this camera a little bit. And well, here I am 2-3 years later, and we painting some minis, painting lots of minis. Anyway, here we go. Let me get more light on my guy here. Okay, I'm painting and I see that I am not in focus, so I might go fix that here in just a second. Alright, let me go fix that real quick, guys. I'm gonna move this in closer so I'm not so... Yeah, bear with me here. It's my first setup of this setup, so... Let's see, I'm gonna paint a little more. Check the camera placement. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix it a little bit. Using a webcam. So, BRB. Okay. One thing that sucks is that my computer is behind me and not very close, so I'm using my phone and watching the stream and seeing how that turns out. So hopefully this looks good. Let's see. Gonna paint some more and go back and fix if I have to. So. Yeah, so this is a lo-fi DIY nerd on Twitch. This is a lo-fi Animal Crossing music, which is surprisingly very chill, and I was looking for video game music and I couldn't find the right kind I wanted, and here we are with this. I don't play Animal Crossing, so I'm not like, I know everyone talks about how like chill it is, and now I'm really enjoy it. Make sure to go follow me on my Instagram page where I have a lot more of these minis that I've painted up. It's liberty.brush.studios on Instagram. I painted up some other D&D stuff. Also sell stuff on my eBay, which it's linked there if you want to help support me. Right now it's a bunch of Warhammer Underworlds things that I've painted up. I was big into playing that, and then the pandemic hit, and then I just stopped playing with a bunch of people I played with. So I was like, you know what, let me just get rid of these things. I'm not doing anything with them. Yeah, this looks like it's working out pretty good right now, so yeehaw. And if I don't get to your questions immediately, just give me a second, because I got two screens on either side of me, and yeah. Kind of helps if I take a break here and there and look at them. But yeah. Anybody paint here or on the other spectrum? Or you want to play video games? Play any video games this week? Yeah, so DIY Nerd over on Twitch. Yeah, there's a shop in Hewlett. Yeah, it's actually in Colleyville, I believe, for Warhammer. And then yeah, there's the Grapevine one, which is yeah, the big. They call it the Citadel. There's also one in kind of like southeast Fort Worth, and then there's one in Plano. And I think that's it for the Metroplex. Yeah, think about it. I think I know you in person, don't I, DIY Nerd? I just forgot who you were. So I apologize. With the Discord and over there, everyone changes their name all the time. Oh, I got you. Yeah, the Plano, it's just the Plano Warhammer shop. Other good places to recommend, you know, there's Texas Toy Soldier, which is also in Plano. It's right on the edge of Plano and Dallas, I believe. I go there sometimes, but they have a pretty good amount of stuff there for minis in general. So a few games, Star Wars games, Warhammer games, other games. Anyway, I can get talking too much, so sorry guys. You're kind of here to see me paint. The part that sucks is I actually do a lot of airbrushing, and I'm trying to figure out how to accomplish kind of airbrushing and this on the stream, because airbrushing is very loud. I thought I had my lav mic, which is the wireless mic, and I don't. And that would really help out with painting, because I have a big mic in front of my face. And I'm trying to figure out how to paint this with y'all. Let's see, how's that? Just try to get comfortable. Yeah, I listen to guys online talk about how it's so weird to paint for camera. And I was like, I couldn't imagine. I just feel slower. Especially like the eyes, I'm trying to be very cautious with them. If I spill over too much, it might be more than a pain to try to fix my issues or my mistakes. So, yeah. Also, this music was inspired by Maleeve Shinobi, who I go watch his painting stream every so often on Twitch. And he always has this really chill music, and I was like, you know what? I could paint to that. So here I am. I'm going to go pull some other guys out here in a second, but I'm going to give these guys one more good little white coat. Believe it or not, these guys are supposed to have pure white eyeballs, but I kind of want to put some pupils on them. Just because I feel like they need it. Nothing too crazy, just something simple. I have a really thinned down white paint, so I have to put multiple coats, which kind of sucks, but is also advantageous, so here we are. Anyone on YouTube want to make some noise? So, DIY Nerd, do you paint? James Haney, are you DIY Nerd over on Twitch? Because that'd be awesome. I feel like you are, because your YouTube photo looks very, very familiar. Well, I appreciate you watching on both, man. That's really awesome. Helps us out a lot. So I was talking about my process the other day, and how I like. Oh, there goes my dog. All right, let me let her out real quick. Okay. Yeah, that's the main reason I was doing it. DIY Nerd over on YouTube. Yeah, I just wanted to paint for fun. I never thought I'd actually sell anything. And then I started following Not Just Mecha, which is an awesome YouTuber who has great videos on mini painting. And he just kind of really knocks it out of the park on how to actually paint super quick and super effectively to make something look good. So what I do is, I'll show you over here, or what I have learned, is you take a model like this and you paint it all black, right? which is probably looks super white from the top, that's the point. You know, you paint black and you do the highlight, which I have here, and then you see a lot of the below it's super dark, but then on top it's super light. So after you're done with this, you do what I did with these guys. Is I hit the mid-tone is what the main color is going to be, and it's going to be all green. So I shoot it from like kind of from direct side, but down more, and it hits most of the midpoints and a lot of the highlights. And then I go back on top and kind of fill in where it's just white, give it a little color, and then from the bottom, probably helps if I take this off. From the bottom, I spray in either some kind of warmer color or a cooler color, depending on what my main color is. And it allows it to get this great kind of gradient. This isn't the best model to see it on. Actually, I can get you one. Let me see. What do I have over here? Here, I got one. So here's one of my newer models I just got from the UK, which we're using our D&D campaign. Actually, I can paint some of him. So yeah, you can kind of see how I forgot my train of thought where I was going with that. Anyway, here's the lighter stuff, and then eventually I'll paint an under spray, which I probably should have got one that actually shows it better. But there's kind of like the general idea. Sorry about the camera shake. I really can't help that. It's just I need to get a different arm. Anyway, so as you can see here, this is my like 2-color easy gradient. I haven't figured out how to call it, but the main color is like this kind of, I guess, peachy skin tone. I was trying to aim more for fur because this is a knoll. In the bottom, I had this warmer spray paint. I just felt like it worked better with this. And so I hit all the bottom and boom. So you got this nice gradient, great detail, or great expression of detail. And obviously I just got these guys, the weapons, painted them up a little bit. And then I think this is maybe a better example because it's definitely better tones here. Like we have this kind of very coolish green, but yeah, the last two you saw, this one is not 3D printed, but the last two are. This is from Warhammer Underworlds. But yeah, you can see how it's red underneath because I shot from underneath and gave it this nice gradient of reddish shadow. And it goes well with the armor too because it kind of makes it an orangey color. It was a magenta I sprayed underneath, so I don't know. It's easy. Do a little dry brushing, put some base coats on. I do this oil wash I learned from Not Just Mecha. It's really awesome. It's simple but effective. And you know us painters. We want to be simple and effective. Don't want to waste too much time. I don't have all day to paint these things, but you know. Speed is key. I will push those guys off. Alright, I gotta get some paint out here. And drink a little fizzy water. Sadly, I stopped drinking, so I would be drinking on stream, but, you know, I'm not going to be able to paint very well. I'm trying to lose some weight right now. It sucks. Which one do I want? Try to think how I want to accomplish this. I think I want to go with iron or steel. I'm going to paint some steel armor on this guy. And then put some lighter steel on him. Grab my brush that I like. Heck, I need a bigger brush. Maybe this one will work. No, that's not it. This one. Oh man, I don't have my... Hold on. I don't have my other thing. I have a special pot for cleaning my metal colors out on because they, they're not good for the normal brush. So I get these cheap synthetic ones to get the job done. Well, thanks for everyone tuning in right now. Kind of a slow start, but, you know, just waiting for people to get in here. I have to work on this dude. And then there's this dude. Skin's already basically taken care of. Alright, I'm going to try something different and, paint some of this, or do like an oil wash, which I would save till the end until I put an undershade on. But for sake of having something to do without having to switch the setup around, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. No, wait, Monday. Today's Monday. Because I've just been editing some podcast stuff. Getting ready for the week, and then I'm gonna play some games later. So let's see. Actually, I had my friend text me. I better see what he wanted. He probably was like, "Hey, let's play games now." Yep, cool. He's gonna wait. Gives me plenty of time to paint with you guys, and then also, get some dinner made. So what I don't like about the 3D printed stuff is, well, some 3D printed stuff is there are print lines. And maybe you can kind of see it on the camera. They're very minimal, but my issue is they do run the risk of being exposed depending on how you want to paint your model up. And some are wider than others. And that's the only issue I've run into. But at the same time, it's kind of not that noticeable unless you know what you're looking for. I mean, I've been painting GW or Games Workshop stuff for quite a while, and that stuff is smooth as butter because, I mean, it's just plastic, and they're made out of molds, and they've got that thing down to science, which is nice. And I know some people don't like the 3D printing stuff because it's still evolving. It's fairly new. It's actually evolved quite rapidly. Because more people are getting into this industry making, making printers and developing software that's changing the game left and right, which is freaking amazing. That's what we need. I would kind of hope that GW would follow that at some point and allow people to print their own models, but I doubt they'll ever do that. But yeah, there are people who've created like space army guys that are very similar to GWs, and I know one got shut down because it was almost like a blatant copyright thing, which sucks. But they didn't do their due diligence and prepare for something like that or try to avoid it. the best they could. So I'm not like super upset. Anybody watching have any questions about painting, I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not the best painter by any means, but, you know, I know my way around a brush. An airbrush as well. So, you know, it's like, whatever. But make sure to check out our podcast every Tuesday on your favorite podcast app. And we have videos releasing during the week. I think our new schedule is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So stay tuned for those coming out this week as well. And yeah, we have some cool stuff. Go check out our Patreon page. We just updated it with some new stuff. We still only have 3 tiers, but I mean, we have a new look for it, and that in itself is pretty freaking awesome. You can also leave a donation over on our Patreon page if you are so inclined. It is not a must, but we did open our Discord for a year, and that's been great. We've had a lot of new people jump in on, but we're going to make it a little more exclusive this year, so we've actually closed our Discord down, and the only way to join our Discord now is to pay the $1, which I feel like is not that bad. And we have very active people in our Discord playing all sorts of games. You can also play games with us if you want to. We're trying to do a monthly community game stream. So one of the days that we stream, we're trying to find a game where more than like 4 people can get involved and play games with us. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be sweet. I don't know when our first one is. Me and Brett just had a big meeting about what's happening this year, and that was one of the big things we were going to shoot for. We started playing Among Us last month, probably I think the month before the community, and that was a lot of fun. I'm not a huge fan of Among Us, but, you know, nothing crazy. We might try to do even like tournaments with just our Discord community, where it's like, hey, you can join in and pick a team of whatever kind of game we play. It's like 4 or 5. It's usually 4, and then we go head to head and let someone come out on top. I don't think there'll be any prizes, but it'd just be kind of cool to just a good way for us to all come together as a community and hang out. It's looking good. Yeah, starting our campaign right now. Travis, who is our DM, he is actually going to unleash the horde of vermin upon us, because, you know, Vermintide. It's we love Vermintide. Me and Travis and Sarah play that. We got back into it for like 2 months. And we're playing it pretty religiously, and then we've finally taken a break. But we absolutely love that game, and so I was like, Travis, if we're doing a D&D campaign, we gotta have some vermin in there. Like, we just gotta have some. I want to kill the horde of rats in D&D as much as I do on the PC, so... So it'll be. Make it so. I'm also trying to have a lot of these guys ready to go by the time I come and stream over here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so we just did our game of the year, like I said earlier. What is y'all's game of the year, if any? Maybe you've only played a few games. That's fine. I want to know. and the camera is right where I put my brush, and I keep hitting the camera. God dang it. Oh, and you can't even see it anymore. So let me just adjust this. Ratchet that down. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this the way it should be. Anyway. Yeah. So one of my game of the years was going to be, or one of my big contenders for game of the year was Hades, because everyone that just started being talked about all the time. Oh, so I heard a few things about it and just didn't pay. Actually, I heard bad things about it because it came out with like a beta type access for it, and it was just not getting good reviews. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. It's just some game. I'm not going to play it. But originally, I did hear good things like, hey, people should play this game. It looks really cool. It's interesting and stuff. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. And obviously, the bad press came out, and I was like, well, I'm definitely not going to play it. And so I kind of forgot about it. And then, like, everyone started talking about it. Or the Game Awards nominations came out, and so me and Brett always vote on that and do a podcast on our predictions, who will win and who we want to win. And so I was like, okay, it's like in all major categories almost. I should probably play this game and like so I can review this freaking do this like right. And so that's what I did. I played Hades, and my gosh, was I blown away. I freaking love that game. I won't go too deep into why I love it, but I do love it. So you can listen to the podcast where I talk about that. Go over to theinnergamer.net, and it's all there for you to listen to. Then obviously tomorrow will be our Game of the Year. Find us on your favorite podcast app. And we will release a video sometime this week with Best Art Direction, Best Narrative, and Game of the Year. You can see our beautiful faces. Alright, it's getting hot in here. I gotta turn down the heater. Alright. I need to check what's up with YouTube, because I feel like I didn't add any tags to this, and now I'm worried that not enough people are getting this in their feeds. So the question is, how do I change this? Let's see, you go here, you go here. Let me go to studio real quick. Sorry, guys. There's my hairy arm, by the way. Hope you liked it. You know, I don't know if it's going to show me what I want to see. Here we go. I like how there's a live section now. No, I can't even change it. Well, I screwed myself on YouTube. It's all good. Tell your friends about us so they can go check it out later. Last time we had like 4 or 5 people getting in there doing a bunch of craziness in a good way. So I enjoyed it. There we go. There we go. Cool. All right. Got the chat up. All right. Man, I am sweating now. It was nice and chill in my house in a good way. And now the heater turned on and I'm burning up. I gotta shake this pot up a little bit. Anyone looking for recommendations on some paint, definitely go with Metal Color. Vallejo Metal Color. It is fantastic. I used to waste a lot of it by dropping it out on stuff, or on like a pallet and things. But if you shake it, it fills up right here, and it's more than enough to cover a decent amount on a mini or a few minis. So don't waste yours. Just why? Let's see. You know, we recently did like the top games we're excited for coming out this year. And honestly, I can't think of any right now. Like, so much has happened in 2020. It's just, I feel like it's still lingering. Gotta get the little corners. So one of the things I kind of harped on last time I streamed was be as messy as you can when you can. And I've heard people be like, you know, don't be messy, plan your strokes, all this stuff, and that's has its place for sure. But I remember when I first started painting, which wasn't that long ago, and I was just messy, so messy. And you know, it's like being a kid when you get paint for the first time. Like, you know, they don't even give you a paintbrush. You just get it on your hand and you just play with it. You're probably more interested in the consistency of it, but you know, I felt like that when I first started painting minis. It's like I was a little kid. I was going to slap some paint on these models and just play around with it. And you can see some of my first models on my Instagram page. And for those just tuning in, it's liberty.brush.studios on Instagram. So go check me out. Give me a follow. I try to post every week, but I'm actually trying to set up my photo booth again. It's the third time I've done it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, third, fourth. Something like that. I don't know. And yeah. I'm going to switch out this paint. Sorry for my hairy arm. For this aluminum. Very hard to say. Gotta give it a good shake because you gotta get all that pigment out of there. That's enough. And they give you a nice little free shaker ball in here, or agitators they call it to be official. Try not to get the leather straps here because we're gonna paint those with some contrast paint, which is gonna be pretty sweet. I've tried to focus on being very effective about. I used to just like paint one thing and then sit here and like, what do I want to paint next? Even if it's like going to be something similar. It's like, how do I tackle this thing? And obviously with experience, you kind of get faster at like how you should act and when you should act and where you should act. So I already know like there's a bunch of metal plates on this guy and I want to create some contrast between them. So already I'm like, okay, I know this is going to be darker because I'm going to dry brush some lighter paint on it to give it contrast on itself. But then like there's a chain up here, there's these little metal plates back here, like I want them to be different too. I don't want it to be one giant dark blob of stuff, so I'm going to paint it a lighter metal color. Heck, I can even put color on it if I want to, but I don't think I will because he's going to already be... It depends. I might put some color on here and make it look like I got chipped off or something. Depends what color I color the robes and stuff. So, and then leaving the zenithal highlight as much as possible allows you to put down some contrast paint, which that is almost the secret I want to say it is for contrast paint. If you're going to use contrast paint, because they say to do like one coat on there And you know, it works. Like, it definitely works. I mean, that's why I got like super, like, when I first got into painting, I was really excited and I started painting a lot of stuff, but then I was like, it just doesn't look good. Like, there's something wrong here. And then that was like kind of around the time contrast paint came out. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so easy now to create all these like awesome things that you wouldn't, like, otherwise you'd have to do layer after layer after layer, and like, I just didn't want to take the time to do that. I mean, I'm kind of lazy, but you know, I want to go and play. I want to go play with these things. I don't want to sit all day and paint and paint and paint, which is its own, you know, relaxing thing to do. It has its time and place, but I don't know. I was like, let me try something else. And well, okay, so back to the, I kind of get ahead of myself in my mind. I got the contrast paint, and you know, I slap it on there, and I was like, it still doesn't look good. Like, what the hell? Like, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. And people are like, you can't just slap it on there. And it says, you know, one thick coat will be more than enough to give you that awesome look that everyone wants to get. And it just wasn't happening for me. And so eventually, I was like, there's got to be a way to make this look better. And I was like, well, maybe it's just... and then I like found zenithal highlighting, and then I never added the two together, but then I started adding the two together, and I was like, oh, this is a lot better. But I don't think it works for every color. It just works for some colors. Like, I like it with all my leather items. Seems to work the best on those, and skin for the most part. But I definitely thin down all of your contrast paints, because some of them can be pretty thick, and you gotta watch out it doesn't pull, because then it'll obviously be like what do you call it, like a wash. You get that coffee staining in washes. So is there any type of music anyone likes to listen to when they're just like chilling or trying to work or something? Because honestly, I'm excited to paint now more than ever just to get this music on. It's just so chill. I used to listen to a lot of like Zelda. This one guy called Rosin makes really awesome Zelda music, and I've listened to that. I mean, it's almost dead to me because I've listened to it so much. I try not to do that so I can enjoy that for years to come, but you know, it happens sometimes. There you go. That's some more Animal Crossing stuff. Thing about this resin, whichever resin this is, like it got a lot. It's pretty matte, which is great for priming and stuff. But these metals don't come off as shiny as they normally would. I might have to put like a varnish on them. That's great. Like, I don't like painting non-metallic metal, or one that takes a long time. I mean, I know that's some people's jam, and that's awesome. Like, if you want to take the time to make that, it's awesome. I'd rather just go and do this, real metallic metal, or true metallic metal, as they say. And, you know, you don't have to do as much, but you can finesse it to the point where it looks pretty awesome. And some people have got to make it look just like non-metallic metal, but using different colors and stuff, in different shades, which is awesome. But for what I do, I feel like this is more than enough, and I don't need to go much farther. I mean, technically, you could go forever on any mini, and so the key is knowing when to stop. Let's see. I didn't know there's metal right there. I'm going to put some on that. And the big thing I've learned about painting is you just gotta make contrast. Put contrast everywhere. Contrast with purpose, as some might say. But I feel like that's still one of my bigger issues, is not putting enough contrast in a lot of what I'm doing. I do my best, and sometimes I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it looks great, but then after a while you're like, maybe I could use some more. But it's like, I don't want to mess up what I have and freak myself out. But as some other podcasts might have said, paint bravely. Going back to the darker paint. Yeah, where is it? There it is. Thanks for everyone who's been sticking out so far and hanging in there. Let yourselves be known. Let's chat a little bit. Let's chat away. Put these guys up before I mess them up. Oh god, he fell over. Did I get everything I needed? Now the question is, he has pants, and he has a cloth hanging off of him, so what do I paint them? I kind of want to do blue jeans, just because I think that's hilarious. I just think blue jeans are hilarious. for someone like this, for actually anybody. You know, I'll do some leather. That might be a little easier right now. Okay. Get my contrast leather out somewhere. I guess I forgot to mention as well is that we stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. sometime sooner here on or over on Twitch or here on Twitch or wherever you're at. And yeah, we try to we variety stream. We really like doing it that way. It's a lot of fun. So if you are ever want to see us game stream, definitely check that out when you can. We just bought Rogue Squadron, the $40 new game that came out from EA that everyone actually really liked, surprisingly. And so we've been getting into that, and it's been pretty fun. What I did was thin down this snake bite leather. Because I can control it more. The question is, do I want to create contrast between these two straps? The one's holding the plates on, or the one, the big one holding it all together, or just paint it all one big slice, which is kind of what I'm kind of want to do right now. The cool thing about this is I can be a little messy while doing any of this, because when I do the oil wash, it gets into the creases and the crevices, and some of that overspill I have from some of the paint gets covered up by it because it's so dark, because I mix it with a little bit of black, and yeah, helps out a lot. I should just create a channel called Be Messy. Paint Messy. But I feel like I get a lot of flack from the community because that's not necessarily the best thing to do. Also started playing Relic Blade. I mentioned that before, early on in this stream. Or live event, as YouTube wants to call it. And it's been really awesome. Me and Scott started playing it. Very simple skirmish game, very quick, takes about 30 minutes. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. We might play it later, I'm not sure yet. I need to figure out what I'm doing with Travis. Travis is a good friend of the podcast. He's been my best friend for quite a while, actually. Since we were in junior high, a little tidbit take home. And something like this I probably won't sell, so I kind of take that into account. And I kind of paint everything, I wouldn't say like full detail. I try to go as much as I can, but sometimes it's just like, if I'm going to sell something, I'm going to put a little more effort into it, because I want it to sell, obviously. But I feel like it doesn't need to be, super next level. I mean, it's just for me and my friends on the DnD table. Take that into account. I mean, I want everything to be like kind of my best, but again, I don't have all the time in the world, so I take that into account too. Alright, I need some inspiration here. Let's look up some stuff online. Y'all will not be able to see. What are we gonna see? Don't know what to color his pants. So, best thing I like to do is just go online and see what they got. Yeah, that's what I anticipated with that. See what inspiration I can draw from other people. I don't want to be like super. Sometimes I like to be common, sometimes I don't. It just depends. Yeah, someone gave him blue jeans. I kind of feel like that is the best way to go. It's just blue jeans. Someone don't even have pants on, so that makes sense. Alright. Let's give him some blue jeans. What kind of blue jeans do I want to give him? I guess I'll give him some of these dark blue jeans. Why not? Is blue jeans enough for me? Alright. Put this back because I don't need that anymore. Open up my palette. Palette is open. It's Exile Blue. My bigger brush. Now think about it. Hey. See if I can't make this a wash of some kind. There you go. Try to keep that zenithal if I can. Good old blue jeans for this red ogre. Somehow they stay on. It feels like the Hulk where he just like rages out. Somehow his pants stay on. I mean, that'd just be horrible if his pants fell off every time he became the Hulk. Just this junk flying around everywhere. She's beating people to pulp. That would be terrifying. That is terrifying. Mistake. Where's the water? I think I will jump off here in a second because I need to make some dinner and stiff. And I think we've gotten pretty decently far in here. Oh no, I painted the middle blue. Painted the middle blue. Nothing like painting these big surfaces and seeing the paint get slapped on there quickly and effectively. There's just something satisfying about that. Especially getting those base coats on, you're just like, yes, look at this coming together right now. Messed up his tail, of course. I do like this resin though. It's really making everything matte AF. Alright, let's do some red, huh? Then I'll call it. Okay. Let's see the pants. Do need some highlights. We'll do highlights later. But let's see. Where's my red? Fresh Terror's red. You know what? No, let's do Blood Angels red. I like that better. Don't usually put it on my palette, but we're gonna do it because actually no, we don't have to. I got this right here. Yeah, just use the big one. Don't matter. Too much. Alright, I think this is a good example of, let's see how this turns out actually. It's hard to tell, it's still drying, so I might not be able to see it as well, but because of the zenithal, there is some shading already done here and some highlights. So I guess we kind of look at it that way, but I think it's just too shiny right now to tell. Once it dries, you can really see how it panned out. And that's why I like zenithilling my contrast paints. And some are better than others, I'll tell you that. Contrast paint wise. Boom. All right. Got pretty far. Yeah, so I spray painted on the flesh color for both these guys. And yeah, I wanted to get the part where I washed them, but I just feel like this is probably good enough for now. I got to make the dinner and stuff, but there's not too much left. Oh, there's a spot I missed right here. There's a leather piece right here. Snakebite leather is amazing. Should use it for all of your leather. Oh, I missed some blue up here too. Dang it. I gotta finish that before I stop. It's just, I wouldn't say use it for all your leather, but it's a quick and easy way of painting some leather because you can get those highlights and shadows all in one go for the most part. Oh, I'm gonna use this. So, I recommend it, but, you know, it's not for everybody. Buyer beware. You need a little experimentation with contrast paints to get the right flow of everything. Because, as Not Just Mecha says, it's not for beginners. I say yes and no. I mean, the more you know, the better you can be with any paint. So, there's that. That's most of it. I can do more there, then I can call it. Yeah, I love this. Snakebite leather. Okay. It's decent, guys. It's decent. Decent color contrast in the sense of, like, you know, red and blue, those are different spectrums. Light and dark, different spectrums. Here as well, skin color is going to be different. Yeah, got a few more things to do here. Then we can do the undercoat and do the wash. So I'm excited. We're getting there. This guy's a whole other problem. I mean, heck, I could probably just put red on him right now. Call that a day. Let's do it. I'm here and it's here. Let's just get it done. Don't like putting red on some enemies. Again, I appreciate everyone who's been tuning in and keeping up with this. I try to make this enjoyable as possible, besides just watching some dude paint some minis. It's kind of like watching paint dry, right? Am I right? Because, you know, you are literally watching paint dry. Alright, I'm a little tired today, so forgive me. Sometimes I don't like to base these guys immediately because like this, it's a little harder to get to some of these spots, like his little crotch piece. I don't want to hit the skin like I just did. Son of a bitch. If you catch the contrast paint pretty early on, you can get rid of it pretty quick with just some water. That stuff dries kind of fast sometimes and there's residue left over. It pisses me off. The worst part is sometimes you think you get it all and then you find out you've missed some spots and it's just like, son of a gun. Because the contrast paint, when you put that second layer over, like if you don't get exactly what you've missed, that one clear spot, I mean it just, you can tell you've covered it with a second layer. Just spills over and darkens. It has this dark circle. God dang it, there goes the other bird. Anyway, alright, I'm going to end here. I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. We're trying to make this a normal thing. I was going to paint today anyway, so I was like, why don't I just jump on stream? So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I did. Thanks for tuning in, DIY Nerd, on Twitch and on YouTube. I appreciate that. Giving us some extra views, getting us out there. You can tune in every Tuesday, your favorite podcast app. Catch our weekly podcast. This week, coming tomorrow, Tuesday, the 12th, I believe it's the 12th. You can catch us talking about game of the year. It's going to be awesome. 15 categories that me, Brett, and Jason from Skip Rip By all talk about and have a great time. Have a few beers in the process. You can catch us on, so go to intergamer.net, catch us on all of our social media. Our links are all on the main website. And yeah, stay tuned for more of this. If you guys like it, please let it be known in the comments. Like, subscribe, bang that bell. And I might catch y'all tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. A lot of things has to be done as we're prepping for the year, the new year of 2021 for the Intergamer. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch you later.